What up, YouTube? Lately, I've been seeing an insane amount of clips about this woman, Yeonmi Park, a North Korean refugee who came here and is telling us all about the atrocities that befell her as a child growing up in the Democratic People's Republic of North Korea. But some things aren't as they seem. She keeps contradicting herself. So I asked my editor, Caanths, to get to the bottom of this and teach me what the hell is going on here. Let's get into it. And the thing is, we've been talking about some pretty heavy topics. You know, we've been talking about like cancel culture and iDubbbz. We've been talking about the rise of the alt-right. So I thought today maybe we take it back and talk about something a little lighter. That's what you prepared, right?
Yeah, it's the lightest topic I could imagine.
Okay.
This person escaped from North Korea, has told stories about horrible atrocities that have happened to her and her family, and we're gonna roast the shit out of her.
Sounds like maybe we're on the wrong side of history there.
Are you ready?
I'm ready. I'm if not a little worried.
Yeonmi Park?
In North Korea, math is racist.
And this is the very first lesson that I learned in North Korean classroom. My teacher asked me one day, what is 1 + 1? I said 2, and she said wrong. Because of my dear...
I feel like that's the first lesson. You gotta learn to talk first, right? There's like other things you gotta do. I can't imagine like a 4-year-old in preschool.
Peter discovered at a young age, adding 1 drop of water to another drop of water, it becomes bigger one. It doesn't become 2. That's how he proved that math was made up by one. That math.
Oh, this is like the guy from Iron Man 1 and Hustle and Flow and all those other movies that said he's gonna create Wakanda in real life, right? This is just...
Oh, yeah, sorry. I thought you were talking about, like, the plot from Iron Man.
Yeah, this is just like the plot from Iron Man 1. No, it's Terrence Howard, not Terrence Ross.
Terrence Howard, he was like, they've been teaching you math wrong. Yeah,
it's
exactly
he's going to have perpetual energy. Could you imagine? My actual dream is Terrence Ross fucking, like, revolutionizes energy, and it turns out he was right the whole time. No, Terrence Ross, the basketball player. Oh. And then Terrence Ross is just crying in a corner, like, why couldn't it be me?
Okay, so I thought we'd look at that clip because it kind of gives you an idea of the amount of insane things that she says, but I didn't want to just... All I've seen are insane clips of her, so before I show you the insane clips, I want to show you the little, and I want to emphasize little, bit of research that I've done. She told of being brainwashed, of seeing executions, of starving, of the slither of the light in her darkness when she watched the Hollywood blockbuster Titanic, and had her mind opened up to the outside world where love was possible, of burying her father on her own at just 14, of threatening to kill herself rather than allowing Mongolian soldiers to send her back to North Korea. She talked about following the stars to freedom and then ended with her signature sign-off. When I was crossing the Gobi Desert, scared of dying, I thought nobody cares. But you have listened to my story, you have cared. She's written 3 books. She's been on tons of interviews. Anytime North Korea's mentioned in the news, she's always like first up to talk about things. And in all of those interviews, she has said throughout the years many things that conflict her initial story.
That's tough.
For example, her and her mother were telling a story of them walking around with Chanel bags in North Korea, which kind of goes against the whole she was starving and very poor, and also that the quality of life isn't great in North Korea. If you're walking around with Chanel bags, you're probably not the people that are suffering. So I thought, oh wow, Yeonmi Park's been in the news recently, and I've been seeing all these memes about her, so they must have written this article to address all of the craziness that she's been saying recently. This article's from 2014.
Oh, wait. She's been doing this for a long time.
She's been doing this for a long time. So people were like, we've had enough of her shit from 2014. So,
right.
And all of these clips that we're now going to watch are from, I think, the last year, if not definitely from before COVID. Okay, this is a clip. Well, it's a whole video, I guess. This is just her YouTube channel, but it makes it seem like she's being interviewed by someone and she's on like a news channel of some kind.
North Korean defector unboxing gold YouTube play button is so funny. Am I crazy?
It is fucking wild.
Kim Jong-un midlife crisis? This is a very weird YouTube channel.
Yeah, well, she's got to pay the bills somehow, you know? Yes, next clip. This is the clip that's been doing the rounds. This is the famous one that everyone's been talking about.
When Yeonmi Park said people have to push the train because it runs out of electricity.
Yeah, there's a bit of an edit on this one as well. It is pretty funny.
Here, it would take like 1 hour to go the other place. In North, it take a month at least to go because there's no electricity. And sometimes people have to push the train.
Push the train.
Yeah, traveling in North.
Now, the thing I know about Joe Rogan is he's a good interviewer. He's going to push back on this. He's going to think, why would they push the train? Wouldn't they just walk? It seems crazy to push that hunk of metal. Oh? How much does a train cart weigh? What is this edit?
Yeah, I just said it's gonna be crazy.
There's another 20 seconds.
What you do?
What I don't understand, hey, I'm not an editor, but at a certain point, you have to know when the bit has run its course, right? Like, dude, you did it. We don't need a minute 20 seconds of this. This is a funny 25-second clip.
No one's forcing you to watch, but
Well,
I do
yeah, but
understand
it's like
your
at a certain
argument.
point they made it. I want to see it, right? It's like maybe there's something at the end. Maybe there's something at the
Maybe
end.
there is some at the end. Click, see. Let's
Yeah,
see what-
you
what
wouldn't
happens at
know.
the
There's
end.
not. There's not. Oh, I'm not
Great.
sorry for making this. There's an apology.
Okay, there you go. That's their answer. They were
Yeah.
too dedicated to making it. This
In
is
North
this is
Korea.
the poop one.
Got it. I've actually seen this one then.
Parents cannot feed their children. We give them mud because children are so hungry. And when you eat mud, you die in 10 days. You cannot go to bathroom. You still giving them the mud because what's matter? Like you're gonna die anyway. In
She
North
says,
Korea,
what? Look at it. This woman's face is going, what the fuck?
what's matter? Like
Yeah, whoever was, I don't know what scenario this is. Like it's a lecture or something. I don't know why it's being filmed, but the camera people have absolutely killed it with that shot.
Yeah, it's I actually feel like I need to do research into this. I want to know who is outside of the people who are like sending her money on PayPal. Like who is funding this? Who is sending her on this lecture circuit? Who has such an anti-North Korean? I feel like we're all mostly anti-North Korea, but it just feels like this is so half-baked. It would be so easy to do like a good, I'm not saying that I could do propaganda, right? But I'm saying if you paid me to do North Korean propaganda, I think I could come up with better than this.
North Korea.
I don't know, Andrew Schulz for me is like hit or miss.
Who is Andrew Schulz?
On like being funny. He's a comedian.
Okay,
He does a lot of like race related comedy.
Oh no.
And
Where are we going here?
yeah, but he's got his podcast and it does well.
Okay,
So
okay,
she's on the
yeah.
podcast.
North Korea's
has their own time zone. They have their own calendar. They have their own race. I'm not an Asian. I'm Kim Il-sung race. That's what they. I never seen the map of the world. They don't tell me I'm Asian.
But can't you also be Asian?
I don't know what Asia is. They don't show us the map.
You don't have a map.
Wow.
We don't know what the world looks like.
Let me
how
tell you
big-
something. You're Asian.
I feel like I am in a medieval torture device. It's like, that's funny, but also like, is it funny for the right reason?
Exactly. Yeah.
I wish I could rewind on YouTube clips because I want to see him do that point. It's like, I'm going to tell you something. You're Asian. I think what's really funny about this to me is white podcaster with a mustache looks at like refugee and goes, let me tell you something. You're Asian. It's just like the most
If you take
mansplaining. This
just
is a
that
meme.
Clip, it is the funniest like 3 seconds. Just a while, just going. Well, let me tell you something. You're
Yeah, yeah. Oh, thank
That is
you.
a
Thank
good
you,
meme
Mr. White
for that.
podcaster with a fucking mustache. I appreciate it.
Before we get into the memes,
Sorry, we
feel
haven't
like
been in the memes yet. This has been
No,
the
there's
serious.
now
We're
memes
laying the
about
groundwork.
this.
Yeonmi Park talking about the rat eating the dog who ate the kid who ate mud.
That's real. Even though she's fictional, it's real. And that's important to me.
Love that. Very much love that.
Okay, and then there's been a ton of other memes. This meme format has been going around.
In America, they only have McDonald's. You eat McDonald's until you die. You can't have other food or they arrest you. I died from a Big Mac when I was a kid. That's funny. This allows funny people to try and do some work, right? We've got, ladies and gentlemen, the meme template has hit the second tower. In California, you're not allowed to bathe. All the water is used to grow alfalfa, almonds, and pistachios. If the water utility catches you, they turn you into fertilizer for the alfalfa. This is, I want to get your take a little bit because you're fucking British, right? Or I don't even want to get your take. I want to speak at you for a second. this is not humor. This is what people in Florida think is happening in California. I'm losing sleep at night. Someone close to me tweeted an infographic that showed that Beyond Meat and Impossible, the companies that are making burgers, are only opening up new factories next to Planned Parenthoods, with the implication that we are taking fetuses and making them into fake meat. This is a human being that said that.
It tastes so good. It makes sense.
And I don't know what to do. It's like this is, so the whole fucking alfalfa thing. This is not a meme for a certain subset of people in the world. On one hand, it's funny, and on the other hand, it's like, we're done, you know? We've reached the end.
This one's about Austin, Texas.
This is getting so geographical, and I like it. Okay, I did New Yorkers, we did Americans, Floridians. Okay, what can I say about Texans? In Austin, they don't have real barbecue. Everything is made for Instagram pictures. The Mexican food is made by a white line cook named Sean. The tacos are $17. They bring their dogs to eat at the table. You must eat with the dogs.
All right, we have to think of something to say about this one that isn't so true, and unfortunately, I don't know if you will be able to.
Okay.
Because this one's about Leeds in the UK.
Oh, you have to say so true. In Leeds, there's no tram. The government said they would build tram, but they lied. 800,000 people in Leeds, but there's only bus. And sometimes the display says the bus is coming, but it never comes. And if you ask, where's the bus? First bus comes and shoots you. Didn't really stick the ending, but I like it. And I assume based on your laughter,
great. You need to know why the ending is great.
This is
there's
what
a whole thing.
Oh.
I don't know if it's a thing in the US, but like as soon as you mention, think, or talk about like where's the bus, there's like 3 come at once. Right? That's a thing.
Oh, is that a thing?
That's a thing. Okay, so maybe it's just a UK thing.
No, I don't want to speak for my East Coast Andes, even though I think they're cringe and weird. But I come from the West, which is wide open spaces and zero public transit. Honestly, it's the
your camera
worst.
is dying.
Oh, hello. Oh,
your camera.
Yeonmi has hacked the feed. She's trying to get me canceled. I'm not wearing pants.
I can't tell if you're doing a bit or you're purposely not fixing the camera. Okay.
No, I'm fixing. I'm finishing my thought. They care about my words more than my fucking picture. You know what I'm saying?
Look at the chat. They do not care about your words, even.
Yeah, they're all saying caca. Sorry, they care about my balls, not the fucking words.
True.
Now let me explain a joke to you because I got a big idea.
Explain it to me.
This meme template. Now you take Yeonmi Park here, you replace her with fucking SpongeBob, and then you talk about in Rock Bottom. There is no bus. You seen that episode where SpongeBob's trying to get on the bus? There's some juice to squeeze there. Yeah. I don't know if they're lying for money or mentally ill, which would be sad. This is just weird, man. This is very weird.
It is very. I mean, she's lying to make a career out of being a defector from North Korea.
Right. How much of a career is it?
Which is. Well, she's on fucking Joe Rogan and she makes a living.
Yeah,
off
but
it,
Joe
and
Rogan had a fucking chimpanzee on his show once. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if this is the badge of honor that we think it is.
No, I'm just saying she's doing. I can't get on Joe Rogan. You can't get on Joe Rogan.
Oh,
so
hey, I'm going to stop you right there, and I'm going to say you might have a point with yourself. I could get on Joe Rogan. Are you kidding me?
Right, yeah, sure.
Oh, yeah.
Out of the two of us,
I could go on JRE. Do you remember that clip where
song?
He watched Dad fight in the last Creator Clash, in first Creator Clash, and he thought it was...
He thinks
it was the guy's dad. Yeah, I think I would go in as a subject matter expert, influencer, boxer, and say, hey, the internet's gaslighting you. That was his dad. They were just embarrassed. And these woke content creators are trying to hide it. And he would have me on in a second. A second. See you, folks. I'm getting out of here. I appreciate you all. Check my YouTube.